And the San Antonio Spurs have done it. There will be a new champion in the NBA. A new era has dawned. It's Wemby's West. The Spurs are going to the NBA Final.
Look at the emotion from Wemby. Unbelievable.
It means everything. We want 4 more. We're not done. Go Spurs, go!
Welcome back to the eye test. We're grateful for you guys because y'all have really been blowing it up by our standards. We're not
Yeah.
I mean,
come a long way.
you guys have looked at the views, right? I mean, it's only been what, like 3 months. I feel like we're doing pretty well. So
Yeah, we're
if you're
doing
watching, please hit that like button, subscribe,
And talk
put
to
some
us in the
comments down
comments
there.
so we can prove y'all wrong.
Talk to us in the comments.
Yeah, we'll fight back. We don't care.
Honestly, it's fun. So, man, what a wild couple of days. Initial thoughts on, or your thoughts on game 3.
Look, I'm not surprised at all what happened. I told you guys in the previous game, but like what I saw in the previous game was fight. And I saw fight from a lot of guys. And Victor Wembanyama, he's been the whole entire like shaman, kind of calm and stoic person. Not game 3. Did you see what he did to Jalen Brunson? Smacked him in the side of the head. That's what I like to see. Wemby.
Oh, he did more than that.
Yeah, he should have gotten a flag for that one.
Hey, did the league assess it? The league was looking into
yeah.
it.
I think they're giving him one.
Oh shit, that's not good. And
I
y'all
think
know
you
why,
can,
right?
You can get 3, and on your 4th one, you get suspended.
On your 4th, it's suspended, which means
He
if
can
he
only
gets
get
another
one more,
4,
really.
they're going to be trying to get him to snap.
Yeah.
Because if he gets another flagrant, he's out for game 6.
Yep.
So
No.
or game 5
No.
potentially.
If he gets a flagrant next game, he'll be out for it.
Yeah, it'll probably be
But
3.
he can't get another one. He can't get another one
They
after
would-
that.
So they won't eject you mid game for that, or you're just out the next game.
No, it'll just be the next game.
What do y'all think about that? Like, if what would you think if Adam Silver said he's going to serve it regular season because we need him in the finals?
I think
Like-
they've done
Yeah.
that before. They've done that like in transfer
Oh,
it
really?
over because like they took their time. Yeah, I believe they've done that before. It's all like a
Okay,
Draymond
yeah,
Green
that's how they're gonna
situation
do
where,
it.
like,
That's how they're gonna do it.
in-game. Yeah.
They're gonna
I
take
mean-
extra time to look at it and really
Yeah,
take the
yeah.
whole off season to really process everything. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those gray area things. Like nobody wants to see the NBA finals without Wemby in it. Like, come on, man. It'd be one thing if they were flagrant 2s and you get a
Yeah.
suspension. It's another thing whenever whenever you are in the landing area of somebody and you get a flagrant. Like come on. That shouldn't count towards flagrant fouls. But damn well
I don't think he has one of those, does he?
not yet. But if I'm New York, I am kicking
That's
my feet
true,
out.
too.
I'm trying to get that so that he doesn't have to play in the next game. And yeah, I mean, realistically, let's be honest. Like New York is probably going to win one game in New York. I hope not. But what are y'all's thoughts on that? Do you think we're coming back to win the game tomorrow? Do you guys think we're going to tie the series, or do you think
honestly
that?
What do you think, Brad?
I think it's a must win for New York because if they lose and they go down 2, and if they tie it 2-2 when we come back to San Antonio, we're gonna have all the momentum, all of it.
Yeah. Now, speaking of
Yeah.
momentum, like I saw Karl-Anthony Towns, like I previously said, get exposed for the defender he is. He's not able to guard Wemby. Mitchell Robinson's not able to guard Wemby. They've adapted their offense towards Wemby now. They're giving Wemby more possessions, which we talked about this beforehand. I don't think they're able to stop him. So I think it's going to be another slugfest, another dominant game for Wemby. So I'm pretty
hope
sure
so.
we're going to take it. Yeah.
I hope so.
I'm
But
just-
my only concern is the technicals.
I don't know, this whole entire series, like you've been seeing like a lot of like fighting inside the game, but how about like outside the game? You see what's been going on in New York? How they've been jumping like everybody?
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
thinking that earlier today. I was like, man, New York fans are becoming what I thought Houston fans were And it's like,
Dude,
it's
yeah.
like, I know this might be in the moment, or maybe because I'm starting to not like their fan base, but it's just like, now I just hope they fucking lose all of it. I hope they lose 4 straight. I want to see their faces when they lose 4 straight games. It's not going to happen, but
I don't know, for like the
that's something I
safety of
want to
that
see.
fan base in that city. That's crazy, man.
It is wild that they're getting away with acting like this. And you know what's
It's New York.
even worse is, I know it's New York and it's trash. I used to think of New York as, I don't even know, like, act like you've been there, bro. It's your New York. Y'all act like,
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Knicks fans. Y'all are trash. Y'all are garbage. You're the sorest losers in the NBA. Y'all are worse than Boston fans. Let that sink in for a fucking second. Worse than Boston fans. Y'all are trash. If somebody's walking down the street in a Spurs jersey in New York and you beat them up, go fuck yourself. Straight up. You're not going to find that in San Antonio. But you know what? I guarantee you that it's going to happen this week because y'all started fucking around. And you know what?
You
When we
see,
put belt to ass in San Antonio, I can't wait to see y'all's reaction.
here's the
Fucking
thing, man.
fans.
Here's the
There you
thing.
go.
I'm not going to be biased here. Let's see a New York Knicks fan wear a Knicks jersey on Military Drive.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah, look. They're
here's
not
the thing.
getting away with that over there.
It's a pick your poison, bro. It's like you deal with that or you got to deal with the Edgars here. It's like, what fan base do you enjoy more?
You know what though? The thing is that New York fans, they'll beat the shit out of you. They'll go in there. They're going to be violent because they're a bunch of fucking idiots. But the Edgars here, they're going to give you a beer. They're going to have some fun. They're just going to talk shit. No, they ain't going to start beating you up just because you're wearing
Maybe.
a
Look,
Brunson jersey or
if
whatever.
it's one singular Edgar, they're not going to beat you up. You need like a 3 or 4, then they all start ganging up on you. That's how
Have
we
you
usually work and
seen
operate.
Have you seen what Military Drive looks like?
I know. I want to go there. I'm going to go there
They
next game. I'm
His
going to go there
name
to
is
celebrate.
Edgar.
Yeah,
You don't think he knows?
Yeah, I know how we operate. Okay, I got the inside information.
Yeah, low key, y'all on Saturday night. Y'all down to go down to Military if we win?
Oh, I'm going there tomorrow. Like, I'm bringing my drone. I'm taking footage. I got that all lined up already.
Oh shit! Who you going with? Because I kind of want to tag along.
Dude, I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
All right, bet. Let me know. Let me know. So moving on, can we all agree that was a flagrant out with
Yeah.
Wemby? Like that should have been a flagrant one.
Yeah,
Like straight up.
yeah.
So he wasn't officially given the technical. I have a feeling that they're going to draw this out and do exactly what Brian said. And he's going to get a 1-game suspension, maybe for the first game of the season, whatever. And, that'll be that. Or they'll just forget about it. Honestly, who
I mean,
cares?
it's not suspensive worthy anyway.
No,
Even
but it's
if
like a
he's
flagrant worthy.
assessed it.
Yeah, he should be assessed for that because he went in on top of the head. It fit all the criteria of
Yeah.
a flagrant foul. So it's one that they missed, obviously.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, though, Wemby's shown some, I don't know if you want to call it fight. I don't know if you want to call it being dirty, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I kind of like it. I don't know about you guys,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I like this.
I mean, a part of me, like, I get it because he's.
Ed, what do you think about the foul? I think Brunson deserved it. And I think Shaq
You think Brunson deserved it?
yes.
He was just battling Wemby. Like, I don't think he deserved that. But like, what I think about the foul is Wemby's gotten more aggressive throughout this playoff series and throughout the finals because of everything that's happened to him. So it's kind of showing his frustrations and taking his frustrations out on people. So I think it's kind of like a necessary evil. That way people like don't pick on him. But like, yeah, it's obvious what
But see,
what needs to happen with that.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I don't think a lot of that is warranted to a degree. Like his frustration, he doesn't try to sell any of the obvious grabs or holds or bear hugs on him. And it's like, if you did that, I mean, granted, they may not call every one, but if you draw attention to it, they would. The problem is he's getting held and he doesn't do anything. He just stands there. They're not going to be like watching you the whole time. They got other things to look at. So if you're not going to make it look like they're holding you down, they're not going to call it.
But look, even when they do hold them down, like you saw the previous possession with Karl-Anthony Towns, I think it was late in the fourth quarter. Wemby went up for an offensive rebound. Karl-Anthony Towns was holding him down. He looked at the refs. He told the refs. It looked like blatantly obvious, and they still missed that call. The only reason, exactly, but like it's the refs' fault on their own that they need to call those games more fairly, more better that way. That doesn't happen. And that way Wemby doesn't have to do that kind of stuff consistently. They get those calls. So I think it's an officiating thing also. And also Mitch Johnson. Did y'all see what Mike Brown did during the post-game interview? That's what Mitch
No.
Johnson needs to do. He needs to call out the refs and highlight these kind of plays more often. That way they get more. In the start of every single game, the refs have key notes on what they got to look for, officiating and stuff like that. Mitch Johnson needs to be more aggressive towards the ref on calling those kind of plays too. So I think it's a Mitch Johnson kind of aspect also too.
Mitch Johnson got to do a lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, rookie head coach, he's done well as a head coach this season. But he's folding under the pressure from what it seems like. And
he got out coached.
You know what? Him getting out coached by Mike Brown. Mike Brown, I don't think he's ever made finals as a head coach.
Yeah, that's right.
But like it was early LeBron.
Was that the Cavs series against
Cavs
us?
when they got swept. Yeah, they got swept.
I didn't realize he was the head coach of that team. You know what? But even so, he's got decades of experience, and Mitch has 1.5 season, really just one in a weird season. So I'm not worried about Mitch. I think eventually he's gonna catch on. He's gonna be fine. But that said, you are in the finals, and you've got to make adjustments. And this whole not playing Dylan Harper, this whole playing Keldon Johnson, who I know he's not going to watch this.
The floor is yours,
sir. Hold on. You see that? That's a tunnel. You see that? That's a tunnel. You need to quit driving with tunnel vision into the paint. Keldon, I don't know your middle name, Johnson. Quit. Stop.
Keldon Tunnel Johnson.
It's not working. It's not working. It has never worked in the playoffs. Stop driving to the paint. Pass the damn ball. I digress.
His middle name's Tunnel.
Tunnel.
Beautifully
Until
said.
further notice.
Beautifully said.
I know he's not going to watch it. I know he's never going to see that. But man, it has been driving me crazy to see him. I was texting y'all last night. Every time he touches the ball, it's like he has to put the ball on the court.
Bro, that offensive foul on Wemby's 3-point shot.
Stupid.
I about lost
You can't do that.
I was like, are you joking me?
Yeah, how do you do that? And
I don't know.
At first, I was thinking, I didn't think it was actually a push. I don't know how much Mitchell Robinson sold it. It's hard to tell.
He was already in the air. Even the slightest little push is going to throw him off.
Yeah, it's just you can't make those mistakes in that moment, man. At the end of the game,
6 points.
Can we just say like Wemby made that shot though? Like I got hyped when he made that shot.
But dude, that was a 10-point
but
lead. It was a crucial like late game execution play, and Keldon Johnson fucking up again.
6 points.
He continues to mess up in the playoffs. Honestly, I'd rather have Harrison Barnes out there at this point than Keldon.
I would say put Lindy Waters in there. At least he gives you
Lindy
offense.
Waters?
At least he gives you offense.
He's going to be too small, though. Going against like OG Anunoby, he's going to get bullied. Dude. Worse than Carter Bryant.
That's true.
He's not slow. He's too slow to guard anybody on the. He's quick, but he's too slow and too small to guard anybody on the court. And realistically, this team, we have to defend. We're going to win with defense.
That's one adjustment they got to make. I would say put Carter on OG because he's really our only big enough guard to guard him. I mean, OG, he shot 13 shots and dropped 28 points. Like, he had his way with anybody. Like, I don't think, if I remember correctly, I don't think we double teamed too much on Brunson, which is good. And that's why, obviously we left Josh Hart open. He got lucky with his 4 or 5 threes that he made. OG and Brunson were the only two guys. I think if you put Carter on OG, it might at least make it tougher for him.
Yeah, I got some stats right now. So OG Anunoby had 28 points. He was 9 for 13 from the field, 3 for 7 from the 3-point line, had a total of 5 rebounds. So he had a phenomenal game. Josh Hart, he had 16 points, 6 out of 10 from the field goal, and then 4 from 7 from the 3-point line. So their bench and their role players went off kind of.
Just out of curiosity, what was Keldon Johnson's box score?
All right, Keldon Johnson.
3 points, 2 rebounds, and assists, 18 turnovers. I don't know. Stupid plays.
He played a total of 17 minutes, had 7 points, 2 rebounds. and 2 turnovers. You want to know what Carter
What was
Bryant
his-
had? His plus minus was plus 14. I don't fucking know how.
He had the
Because-
highest, I think, on the
because-
team.
He had the highest on the team because of everybody around him, not because of him. And that's why that's like the one scenario where it's plus minus doesn't tell the whole story. It's usually a
Yep.
good indicator, but when you have Wemby on your team, who's getting like plus 40 in a lot of cases,
Mm-hmm.
at least during the regular season,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen, man.
His stats were 4 minutes. He had 3 points, 1 for 1 from the field goal, and 1 block and 2 fouls.
Look
I
at
believe
that.
his 2 fouls were like at the first start against, I think, was it Jalen Brunson, right?
No,
I believe
he trucked Karl-Anthony Towns on one of his fouls, like
Yeah,
football
yeah.
trucked him. So that
God
that was
damn,
a
Carter.
foul. That was a foul. But
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like throughout this whole playoffs, all the fouls they keep calling on him are just things everybody else keeps doing, and he just keeps getting singled out for whatever reason.
It's,
I don't
he's a
understand
rookie. He doesn't
Yeah.
he doesn't have the
Yeah.
whistle.
So is Harper.
He's gonna get it later. I know, but Harper
He's
is
different.
Harper also gets some calls that shouldn't be called. There are a lot of times
That's
where he
true.
doesn't get that.
Yeah.
But, honestly, I just want fair officiating. I think that Carter does have a problem where he does make stupid fouls. He does get stupid fouls. Whether unfair or not, they are stupid. He shouldn't be doing them. He jumps way too often on pump fakes. He bites on fakes. He ends up in the wrong spot on rotations. There was a play in game 1 where he bumped into Wemby. He made Wemby bump into him and gave Josh Hart, I think, an open 3. So he makes mistakes. And so I get not having him in some of the time. But when Keldon Johnson is doing what Keldon Johnson has been doing, Carter Bryant needs more than 4 minutes on him.
Yeah,
in the game.
especially defensively
That's
too.
Like, you said all that about Carter Bryant. You cannot tell me that Keldon Johnson gives you anything better.
No, absolutely not.
So
Maybe fewer fouls. Keldon is a decent defender. It's hard to get around Keldon
Yeah.
Johnson, but Carter and Keldon are about the same size. And when Carter puts on that NBA body, it's over. All-star. And we drafted 2 all-stars this year.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. We drafted 2 all-stars. It is wild the run that the Spurs are on. So
Do you guys want to talk about Dylan Harper for a second? Like for
Man,
a
let's
rookie,
talk
for a
about Dylan
20-year-old,
Harper.
for a kid to be doing that in the NBA Finals. I know that I read this article about him being potentially the best NBA rookie ever. It's probably correct. And I don't know if people keep talking about our inexperience, but we have some dynamic players. Even Stephon Castle's 2nd year in the league, along with the Wemby. But Dylan Harper, man, for a rookie to be doing this against grown ass men in one of the biggest stages with the president watching and everybody in attendance, crazy, man. His pose, his composure and his poise, unlike anything I've ever seen. Just shout out Dylan Harper, man.
there's times where he drives to the basket, and obviously he doesn't have the handles or the bag yet, but he reminds me a lot of Kyrie Irving, the way he gets to the rim. And it's the other thing too is his poise in clutch situations. I didn't know he had that. He couldn't really showcase a lot of that in college because he didn't really get very far in the playoffs or the March Madness. But as far as the experience goes, and I've been saying this for forever, you got Wemby, you got Castle, you got Fox, you've got guys who've been in situations where it matters. Whether, Castle won the national championship, that takes multiple games. You can't lose once in March Madness. You got Wemby in the French playoffs. It's yeah, I know it's not the NBA experience, but it's the main thing in the playoffs when it comes to experience is being poised in those situations. The only really time they've ever had a mistake was game 2.
Yeah.
which
You
was
can't name another one. That was the
Wemby throwing the ball.
Wemby pass on Castle on his back.
okay.
But that's also on Mitch because we had a timeout he could have used. The game was tied with 14 seconds left, and you could have drawn the play. But no, he wanted to push the ball for some reason.
We had 1 timeout, so I think he wanted to save it and get it up. I don't know. Game time decision in the moment. I would have called the timeout personally, but we had 14
did it
seconds
last
left.
game.
Yeah, I think he actually learned from that previous mistakes because he's done it beforehand too against, who was it? The
It was
Minnesota
against
Timberwolves?
Timberwolves. Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
where he did the
call the
same
timeout.
thing. So I
For
think he's
game
kind of
2, right?
finally
Or game
learning
1?
that too. It might have been a different game, or it was during that series though. But like he
It was
actually
game 1.
adjusted to
It
call the
was when
timeout.
yeah.
Yeah. And did he run that play for De'Aaron Fox or was it for somebody
Yeah.
else? Because I know De'Aaron Fox made
Uh,
a huge clutch shot at the end too. Like we've been
Finally.
harping, like we've been talking shit about De'Aaron Fox for like a long time. Also, specifically you, Brian. I'm gonna highlight
Yep.
you.
Gotta,
But shout out
gotta
to
I'm
give
gonna
De'Aaron
talk
Brian a
shit
Fox.
about
shout
him
out.
again. I'm gonna talk shit about him again.
Look, whenever it's late game execution, you need a bucket, you need a clutch player. You got to go. You got to go to De'Aaron Fox. He was voted the clutch player of the year for a reason, and what he did in game 3 against who was he
Not this
guarding
year.
against OG Anunoby game 3 this year, finals
Mhm.
NBA finals. He
Yeah.
made that crazy play, so he brought us over the edge. I see De'Aaron Fox continuing that kind of trend upwards too. So good on you, Fox. I'm gonna give you his
It's a
flowers.
trend downwards. This is the first time he's made a clutch basket this entire playoffs.
I think it's turning around. I think he's gonna turn it around.
I hope
There's
so.
2 games left. Well,
No, there's multiple games left. There's multiple games
4
left
for
for him
now.
to show you.
Brian, you know the script or what? You got something to share with us? This is how you know what's about to happen. Oh my God. So
4 for
let me ask you
14.
guys this. Karl-Anthony Towns, fourth quarter. Man, this man has not, you know, he's yet to score in the fourth quarter in this series.
Really? Holy shit. I didn't know that.
Yep. He has not scored in the fourth quarter in this series yet, which scares me about next game because I have a feeling they're going to go to him every possession in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Honestly, Karl-Anthony Towns has been great for 3 quarters of each game, and then he disappears for them in the fourth, which, in all fairness, Jalen Brunson, probably arguably the best fourth quarter player in the league right now. I can't think of anybody better. I don't know if you guys can. He's got to be the best right now because he's
Yeah.
the only point guard playing in the league right now.
That's
But
true.
Yeah.
no, but in general, you got to put Shea up there with him, and I mean those are
Luka.
really the only 2.
This season. I think George's talking about this season right now.
Yeah, I mean I'm just saying this season in general, but man, Karl-Anthony Towns, if they're gonna win this series, Cat has to show up. And he can't just be acting zesty for 3 quarters and then show up in the fourth quarter and not do a thing. I'm fine with it, but what are y'all's thoughts on that stat? Because that's a pretty wild stat in general.
I think the Spurs did a good job of preventing him from getting the ball last game.
Yeah, I
The
think
other
we
thing, the
talked
other
about this beforehand. It's the whole entire Wemby effect. Whenever you have Wemby on the line and he's focused, he's going to get a big all-time center. He's going to be more dialed in the fourth quarter. So I think it's kind of the Wemby Yama, like focusing on shutting Karl-Anthony Towns. And also their game plan, the Knicks game plan is to go Jalen Brunson for any fourth quarter late game execution. So he's going to have the ball in his hands 24/7. Like I said before, and I believe last game was a game that exposed Karl-Anthony Towns. He's not going to be this Finals MVP. He's an all-around okay player, but against like Wemby, he's going to be exposed during the fourth quarter late game execution. He doesn't have that dog in him. Different player.
the problem I have with Wemby guarding him, at least in the first 2 games, is when Towns is on the perimeter, there is no reason why Wemby needs to be pressed up into his body. Like, there's no reason Wemby should be pressed up into anybody. Like, he's so damn long, you can give them like 2 feet, 3 feet max of space and still get a contest. But because if he's fast for a 7'5" guy, but he's still not fast enough to recover from getting blown by. Especially if
Yeah.
he's pulled all the way out at the 3-point line. So it's like
But
if
did you
he
see what they
gives
were
him
doing? The Spurs defense, they typically put like a Keldon Johnson on Karl-Anthony Towns and had Wemby as
Yeah.
kind of the help weak side
Yeah.
defender. So they kind of switched that up a little bit too. So I think they've kind of adjusted that. Sean Sweeney, defensive coordinator, I think he's
That's
adjusted
what I
that
mean.
nowadays. So I think they kind of listened to what you were talking about.
That's what I mean. Like they were putting smaller defenders on him and preventing him from getting the ball. That's why I don't think like they need to do what they did in Game 7 against OKC. Like just let Brunson go 1-on-1, and if he drops 50, great. Don't let everybody else give you 20.
But did you see what they were doing against Jalen Brunson throughout the whole entire game? They weren't full court pressing him, but they were
The
like
whole entire
putting more
game?
pressure. It felt like the whole entire game they were putting more pressure on Jalen Brunson when he was bringing the ball up. That way, he just didn't have an easy run at dribbling the ball consistently. So I think doing that more often takes a toll on Jalen Brunson on the offensive end and also targeting him on the defensive end too. So the whole entire game plan switched. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, on that possession. Everything else, not so great. No, there's still times where we're running around the court. No, I know they did, but honestly, this is the first time this series, at least, that the Spurs have executed for the majority of the game. And we know this, but the NBA Finals is won by the team who makes the fewest mistakes. Both teams are elite. Both teams deserve to be there. It just comes down to who messes up the least and who messes up the worst. Game 2, Wemby threw the ball off Cassie's back. That's probably the worst thing that could possibly happen. Otherwise, the
Mhm.
series might be 2-1 right now. I'm not optimistic about our chances to win this series yet. I still think it's about 50-50. I will say, and this leads me into the next question here, is game 4 a must-win game for the Spurs?
Yeah, it's a must win for both, but I think it's a must win for the Spurs too. Because like Brian talked about this beforehand, momentum. Say you win at New York, you're gonna have the home crowd going crazy. San Antonio Spurs fans all in your corner. You're gonna have that momentum, and also that you're gonna build confidence too for a young team. That's gonna take you as far more farther than experience. And I get it, we don't have that experience, but that confidence, man, you need that as an NBA player. So it's a must huge game for the Spurs too, more than the Knicks, I think. Yeah.
No, I think if we go down 3-1 against this team, it's a death sentence. You go down 3-1 against some other teams in the league, I think you guys still got a pretty solid shot. If you're the Spurs and you've just been struggling against this team, no, no. Every single one of these games has been a toss up. Any team could have won it at any point, and it just happened that we had the last big run. I think that the winner of tomorrow's game wins the series. I think the Spurs win. They're going to win in San Antonio. They're going to lose probably in New York. They're going to come home. They're going to finish it in Game 7.
Yeah. It's
Um,
poetic.
I
You gotta get
would
out the city.
love
You
to
gotta
see
get
it.
out the city. No, you
You guys see the tanks outside? They're going to have to be rolling out in those. Man, you know what? There's a lot of national attention being brought to the fact that Trump was at the game yesterday. And I don't want to get into the politics on this. We've all got our own opinions and everything. And we're not going to get into that over here. But do you guys think that affected the game in any way? I know Stephen A. Smith certainly thinks it did. But with that said, I've got my opinions. What do you guys think? Oh,
Nah, yeah. I think it just brought like more spotlight in terms of like the media aspect, but in terms of like in-game play, it's like a cool thing to have. But like, there's no difference already. You already have the celebrity row already lined up with people, and Donald Trump's been a New York native for his whole entire life. So I'm not surprised he went to the finals game. So I don't know why they're making such a big deal of it. Just
he used
publicity
to
and a
have season
narrative.
tickets. He
Exactly.
used to have
He's
season
a New
tickets in the
Yorker, man.
90s.
Don't
He
act like he
is.
wasn't in freaking Home Alone. He's a legend over there.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if you can't win because somebody's in the crowd, you shouldn't have won it anyway. Like,
Yeah.
you poor little things had to go through TSA. Like, you don't do it every time you get on a plane. I mean, they probably don't at this point, but poor NBA players had to walk through a metal detector. Oh no, did that mess with your head or what? Like, come on, come on. Trump is a human being. Who cares? If you can't win in front of a celebrity, can't win in front of the president, you don't deserve to win. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Actually, he fell asleep during the game.
Yeah. Yeah. He fell asleep during the game. Yeah, man, I don't know how you
Showing
could fall
showing
asleep
his
during that
age.
game.
I don't know. Long
I
day probably.
mean, I'm sure he's doing all sorts of stuff. So No,
I think
they
at
were
the
louder
start
in
of the
San
game is when it
Antonio.
was like loud, but I think like the Spurs control the whole entire game throughout, and that's kind of like quiet them down a little bit. If they would have been like blowing them out, then I think it would have been popping a little bit more.
I think so too. I think so too. But the Knicks fans, you know, they're sore losers, man. You beat their team, they're gonna tear down their own city. They call it Gotham City. Dude, we haven't won in.
The poet.
You know what? I want to see his reaction.
Yeah.
He's just gonna. He'll probably be on whatever show he's got now, whatever of his like 20 shows, and just be silent the entirety of it, just in shock. He's gonna be clearly you lost, you won games 1 and 2, blah 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 blah,
It'll be a Karl-Anthony
and
Towns.
you
This is
lost.
on you.
This is
Get
on
his
you,
preacher voice on.
man. That guy's gotten corny, but that's beside the point. All right, so we talked about the Knicks losing this series. If the Spurs win this series, do you think that they repeat next year? Do you think they repeat, barring injuries, major injuries, anything like that?
Yeah. I think they'll probably be, even if they win or lose, I think next year it's going to be even better because we're going to have that experience and we're going to be more poised and composed too during these late games. You've seen the growth and development in real time already too. So like carrying that over to the next season with more development, my God, we're going to be crazy. It'll probably be like what you said, Jordan. The first was it 15 or 5-0 sweep or something like that, or a series?
I don't know that that'll be next year. I think we got
it could be close.
16-0.
16.
I think that that'll be in a couple years. But honestly, what do you guys think has to change on this team in order for us to compete for a championship next season?
Which I don't think much needs to change. I think we're a championship dynasty contender for as long as Wemby wants to like keep that focus and keep that dog in him. So it's up to Wemby until he wants to retire, I think, essentially.
Yeah, it's Wemby's league. We need to have a big man that can go in with Cornette and hold down the paint. Somebody ideal. Luke can be a stretch.
He's all the time.
Alluding to what? When is the draft? I've been so enamored by the finals 25th. We've got to do a pre-draft
Little draft special.
episode, a long special. Man, what a wild week. Honestly, I think the Spurs, Brian, I think you're right. We could pick somebody up in the draft, but to be honest with you, I think that we could trade. We're already looking at trading De'Aaron Fox. We could potentially trade De'Aaron for a stretch power, like a power forward or somebody to come in and back up. The problem is, I don't know if any teams are going to want to trade with the Spurs to make them stronger. Is my concern. It would.
Look, you just gotta wait for somebody to hire Nico Harrison, and then you're good. We'll just take whatever they want.
You know what though? You know who's been trying to get over to the Spurs? I don't know if y'all seen it on his social media. Dwight Howard.
Oh,
He ought to go to the Knicks with Cat. Cat would love him.
or I feel like he's more about Jared McCain kind of guy. Yeah, Jared McCain. Yeah, I think that's more of his type. Yeah,
No, but
it's their month, right? It's their month.
Real talk. You know what? It's real talk. This is gonna sound this is gonna sound a little weird, but I would actually like Kevin Love to come over to the Spurs. I think Kevin Love will be a really good fit as a backup. Yeah, as a backup,
To
play his
like
last season in San
contribute,
Antonio, get him a chip. I'm sorry?
to like contribute, or as be like a Bismack Biyombo kind of role.
A little both. Little of both. I think Kevin Love, he still plays. He still gets minutes over in he's in Miami, right?
He's
I've
in
seen him
Utah now.
Utah. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. He's in Utah. Sorry. Either way, I know he gets minutes. I've seen him play a couple times over the last couple years. He could potentially come in, and Kevin Love is a solid power forward that no, he's not going to be the same Kevin Love he was a decade ago. He's got great hair, but he brings that experience. He's solid off the bench. He's no worse than Bismack Biyombo. Might as well bring him in and let him contribute. You got Luke in the paint. You got him stretching out, being able to defend, grab a couple rebounds during the non-Wemby minutes. I think it'd be a solid pickup.
Yeah, he's a high character guy, kind of like a Harrison Barnes, already proven champion. So I wouldn't like be opposed to bringing him, but I just don't think he's going to be able to contribute anymore. He's slower, he's older. I think he's kind of seen like the twilight of his career. So I don't think he's as motivated in the offseason to actually train to be like a contributor now in the NBA. But he does have that NBA veteran experience mind. So I would have mind him.
That
You think so?
they're not gonna do that.
You mean
They
the GOAT?
are gonna do that.
You guys know who the top free agents are this summer?
I think it's Giannis.
With the first pick in the 2026 NBA free agency draft, LeBron James.
Ooh.
I'm gonna just go through the
Wait,
list and
wait,
y'all
wait.
say
Hold up. Stop that for a second. So all you guys have been saying about you, we needed like a four who's like a veteran, who's experienced. How about not? Why not get the best player? Exactly. Why not get the best player of all time, LeBron James? Oh, he plays defense. He played. Ask it.
"Hmm, am I like LeBron ain't coming to San Antonio. There's no way he's coming to San
Come
Antonio. I
on,
don't want him in
man.
San Antonio. Nope,
Come
not for
on,
one
man.
season where he's gonna end up in a retirement home and probably injured the whole year and want everything to be about him and probably gonna want to bring Bronny too and all that
Hey,
crap. So
bring him. We'll take.
Norman Powell is another free agent.
He is, but I don't think he fits with the system. No, he's not like he's not a knockdown 3-point shooter. He's an okay facilitator. He's not a great rebounder. We have Devin Vassell already or Julian Champagny. So there's
We
no need
do.
for Norman Powell. Well,
He
he's a role
is.
player, and that's kind of the role that he plays.
We're talking about shooters. CJ McCollum is also a free agent this summer.
Mm. No, you don't. Yeah, you don't.
Does Julian?
Yeah. As bad like as a defender as we've kind of seen him, he's been a great rebounder also too. Good on the weak side also.
I would assume.
Nah, yeah. Plus he's not a great 3-point shooter.
Pace. Actually, here are two that I think would actually be really solid for us. One more than the other. Rui Hachimura is one that's a free agent. Tobias Harris is the other.
I I think both of those guys are just gonna fold under pressure. So it's like having another Keldon Johnson on your hand.
Here's one I was thinking earlier, and I wasn't sure if he was a free agent or not or anything. Mitchell Robinson.
Nah,
What? Y'all wouldn't want Mitchell
nah.
Robinson coming in off the bench, backing up Wemby side by side with Cornette? You don't think that could work?
I just think it's a liability. He's not able to make free throws, and he
Mm.
gets he'll punch a wall or something, break another foot. Have they released like what happened?
No. I don't think they
Okay.
will either. Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah, I mean, it's honestly there aren't any major players that are free agents this summer. The only other ones that have player options, James Harden. Obviously, we don't need James Harden and don't want James Harden. Austin Reeves, don't really need him either. Trey Young, clearly don't need him. And Draymond Green, he ain't getting out of Golden State. He might retire anyway. So, I
Yeah.
think free agency's a dud. I think we got to focus in on the draft and trades. So, but no, I mean, I agree with you on that. So that said, so we got to close it out.
Yeah.
One of the things that I wanted to talk about in light of all this ridiculous violence going on, which teams are the bottom three teams as far as fans go, and which teams are the top three teams as far as fans go? I'm putting Knicks fans at the very bottom.
You're probably right about that. I feel like it's
Or
because we're like a smaller market because of where they're at. I'm gonna say the Utah Jazz. Have you guys dealt with Mormons? They're super nice.
yeah,
Super nice.
I
Good
seem to
people.
remember you having a bunch of meetings set up with those people.
What are you? Dude, I got the text message like, how the hell do they know I'm here?
Fun fact: if you ever want to mess with people, and no offense to the Mormons, but y'all made it too easy. He was in Utah, and I set up the Church of Latter Day Saints to call him. I tried to get him to go to his house, but they wouldn't do it. So he just got all sorts of messages for months. But
They're persistent. I'll give them that. Persistent dudes.
oh yeah, they definitely are. They'll tell you all about their church. But I digress on that topic. What are you gonna say, Brian?
That's a beautiful city. I remember that.
I feel bad for Charlotte and Charlotte's fan base because they got to deal with LaMelo Ball and running them that city. Uh,
It's because their team sucks. They're the worst team in the NBA. So, like, who's going to want to go see that? Nobody's going to want to support that. Yeah. We, look, yeah. Look, speaking on LaMelo Ball, I know Jordan went off on Karl-Anthony Towns, but I want to go off on LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball, you are a pathetic leader. You're immature.
ooh,
You have those stupid tattoos. You need to learn how to drive. If you're ever going to be anybody in life, you got to develop more social skills. I think you are the
he
epitome
said,
of
"Be
what
anybody in
modern.
life."
You need to mature. You need to be more like Anthony Edwards or like a Victor Wembanyama. You are just, yeah, you need to grow up. That's all I'm going to say about him.
Oh, my lord! All right, that's going straight to TikTok too.
We already did this, Brad. We already did this.
Not even, not even the tattoos. Nah, dude. Like he really. You're right though. He's got to grow up. He's got to act
Yeah,
like an adult. Man's 20 something years
yeah.
old now. Like, come on. You're a multimillionaire. When you name your kid LaOne, like, come on, man. You just childish. You should not be having children. Dude, please don't. Please,
No,
please, please don't. No. Please don't reproduce, LaMelo. Please don't. No more. We're done. We enough balls in the world. Um, that said, going back to it, I think the top three in the league, not even being biased, Spurs, I think are top one or two fans in the league. I would put OKC fans up there, but they're annoying too. I gotta give it to them. They love their team. They love their team.
they do. They do.
I would also put up there, and this is up for debate, but Toronto fans, because Toronto, that's all they got. I mean, they got the Maple Leaves and all that
Oh,
stuff.
hockey over there.
Toronto is die hard for basketball too. It's pretty crazy. Like they are die hard fans. and not even when it's fair weather. That arena is always packed. It's always sold out.
Yeah,
They're
a
solid fans
lot of
overall.
NBA players. Yeah, they got a good spreads.
Bottom three, it's got to be Knicks, Celtics, and
Lakers. Put Lakers in there.
I want to say Lakers too, but honestly, I feel like they're not nearly as bad. They're annoying, but they're not as bad as Knicks fans. They're not as bad as I don't even want to put Rockets fans in there, to be honest with you. Brian, like I get where you're coming from, but they're so irrelevant, it doesn't even matter at this point. Yeah,
He
you know
should have.
what?
He deserved it. He deserved
He's a fisherman now.
it.
Go fish. You know what, Brian? You make a good point. Atlanta. I'm gonna throw Atlanta in the bottom three. Atlanta fans are annoying. They're cocky. They're just stupid. So
Look, it was a
whatever.
good event, okay? They would have put on a good event, I'll say that.
Put in the comments who your bottom
Magic
three.
City Cornet, you ruined it.
Put it in the bottom who your bottom three team fan bases are. And it's going to be so funny because all these Knicks fans are going to say Spurs, Spurs, Spurs. Guarantee you somebody's going to do it. But nah, man. I mean, I gotta say, Celtics fans suck. Knicks fans suck even worse, especially right now. And yeah, I gotta say Atlanta. So and silence. Last thing before we wrap this thing up: who wins tomorrow? By how many points? And who is the star of the game tomorrow night?
Look, I'm gonna go with the Spurs. Spurs by eight,
Spurs
homie?
by 8.
I think we're gonna dominate from the start. I think Jalen Brunson's gonna be exhausted from the series that's catching up to him. I think we're probably gonna win by 15 plus, and then they're gonna shock the whole entire MSG, and then we're gonna take that momentum back to San Antonio. So I think it's gonna be a
Wow.
dominant game by the Spurs. I think we're gonna get
Um,
high also too from the 3-point line.
Yeah, I think Wemby is actually going to get hot from the 3-point line tomorrow. I think he's going to knock down 2 threes early in the game. He's going to knock down 2 more throughout the rest of the game. That said, I think that the game is going to be decided by less than 5 points. I do think Wemby is going to have himself a game. I also think that Brunson is going to finally show up in this game. And it's going to be a battle to the very end like it's been every single game before. So no,
Look,
I certainly hope you're right, Ed.
Yeah, I think they're gonna show the 3-point shooting. It's not gonna show up in the next game for the Knicks. I think they're gonna have a bad offensive game and that off shooting. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta point this out. Jordan Clarkson had 11 points too and had like 2 grenades thrown at him that he made. Just like, come on, man. That's not gonna happen.
It's pretty wild, man. Like there was, I think it was Anunoby at the last moment. Like, come on, man,
Yeah.
that was a crazy
Yeah.
shot.
About that.
Yeah, that man was just on fire. Clutch, Clutch Castle. It's the first time I think I've ever seen him make a clutch 3. So he's not a 3-point shooter, but hey, if he makes it, if it goes in, but even then, it's not a normal thing for him. So I don't know, man. I really hope that we win the game tomorrow. I said Spurs by 5. I think that's my heart talking more than it is my brain. To be honest with you, I think the Knicks win by 2, unfortunately, and come back to San Antonio down 3-1. I still don't think we're out by any means. I think we could definitely win 3 games. I just think we're going to make an unforced error at the end of the game tomorrow that causes us to lose the game. I think Wendy's going to throw it away. Castle's going to throw it away. Or God forbid, if that man Keldon Johnson is in the game, he will absolutely throw it away. So we'll have to see. I think so too. Go monk mode. With that said, you guys got anything to add before we wrap this thing up?
Yeah, one more thing to add, like us, we're all NBA fans. We all grew up like hearing Derrick Rose's name be announced. throughout our whole entire childhood. Stacey King passed away, legendary announcer over there at the NBA. So rest in peace, Stacey King. You were a great announcer, and really appreciated everything that you did over there too. Legend in Chicago.
Yep. Shout out to Mr. King there. I'm glad you said that because I was about to wrap it up without giving our condolences. With that said, please, guys, we love talking to you guys in the comments. We thank you guys for everything that you guys have been doing. We are currently at, I think, 15 subscribers. We're trying to get that to 20 by the end of the month. If you guys could like, follow, and subscribe down below, follow us on social media, like the eye test, share with your friends, whatever you can do. And most importantly, comment down below. We love hearing what you guys have to say. We love arguing back and forth, especially Brian. Brian, you got to change your name on YouTube so people know who you are.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know who you were. But that said, we're going to leave it at that. Until next time, I'm Jordan. That's Ed. That's Brian. And we will see you guys soon.
Peace. Go Spurs.